with Falcon football coach Matt Walker. And Matt, the Falcons ended their season last Saturday at UW Eau Claire. Eau Claire took a 28-7 win at Carson Park. Could you talk about that game a little bit?
Well, it was a rough end for us there on the scoreboard again. Had trouble. One of the same issues that kept coming up is move the football a little bit and put up some yards and stats and things, but just had trouble scoring the football inside the scoring zone again. And the thing about that one is clearly you're not ever happy with a loss, but even more upset because it's those seniors' last game and as much time and effort they've put in, the dedication they've shown, and what great people we have in that group. I really wanted to send them out right, and so that was upsetting to not get that one. And we had opportunities again. Our defense gave us some chances and did a good job getting some 3-and-outs for us and giving us some field position. We never took advantage of it offensively, and then as the game went on, we struggled tackling a little bit again, and they were able to chew up the clock. They have that good back, that Sweeney kid, who really is a good tailback and a big kid to bring down, and they grinded us out a little bit late in the game. But real proud. I'm proud of the way we continue to fight till the last whistle. I mean, our kids, you saw them, they continued to strain and fight and claw, and they played with some urgency even late in the game when it was getting tough. So I'm proud of them for ending it with great effort.
Matt, looking at the players of the week on the offensive side, wide receiver Nathan Brandt caught 11 passes for 146 yards. The 146 yards was a career best. He also caught a touchdown pass. Could you talk about Nate's play?
Well, it was a good ending for a great career by him. He's a kid that, and he came into here as a quarterback. He converted, kind of learned to play wide receiver. I think last year it was a little bit of a coming out for him, and then he really turned it on this year. And the injury happened to Wallstrom in the middle of the season, not having him the entire rest of the way. Nate really became our guy, and he upheld that role very well. And he was our deep threat, our underneath threat, our third down threat. I mean, he was the guy we were going to go to, and it was nice to see him have a nice day statistically in his last one.
Another Nate on the defensive side was the player of the week. Nate Smits, the linebacker, had 8 solo and 9 total tackles. Could you talk about Nate?
Another great day to put a stamp on one of the better careers the school's ever seen. And it's kind of funny, the two guys in their final game that are the players of the week on their side of the ball. To me, I'd be very surprised if their peers did not vote them as their player of the year for the year on their side of the ball. I think it'd probably be the two guys that are our players of the year on each side of the football. So to see them as seniors in their final game play that well is exciting. Nate, he's our emotional leader. He's our leader on the field. He's our leader off the field. He did a great job of kind of taking over this football program under his wing and being our leader for the Falcon football this year.
Now, just kind of last time we're going to be talking, just some overall thoughts on the 2012 season.
Well, again, if you look at the scoreboard, it was another frustrating run in terms of wins and losses. But I think we did some nice things. I mean, I think that one thing that's very clear is with the 2 conference wins, we separated ourselves from some other people in the league, and the league's kind of turning itself around a little bit. I mean, with what's going on at Whitewater, and they kind of came back to earth a little bit, and the middle is, we win on Saturday. We got a chance mathematically. We're into 4th place with some things happened, and so I think that what I told, and the same thing I told the guys last night, even though it was a frustrating year in terms of strictly numbers and wins and losses, I think the one thing we can be proud of is we've become a factor right away in the league now. We've become, we're not a surprise. We're not going to sneak on people. People know we are a factor in this conference. In the best conference that America has to offer in Division III football, we're a factor. And I think the other thing is our young kids are good. Our young people are good, and it's an exciting off season for us because if they can improve physically, mentally, the sky's the limit a little bit for this group. We can really, all those hopes and dreams and things we talk about, it can happen a lot faster than anybody else in this football world could dream of it. It can happen really quickly, and so we did some good things. I thought it'd be a mistake not to mention, I think the improvement our defense made from last year is a heck of a one. I mean, we really struggled at times defensively. You know, we were battling a little bit of a scheme change there in the middle of the year, but I could not be prouder of Coach Bauer and that defensive staff and those defensive players. They really made some improvements and strides, and we became a force defensively. We struggled a little bit late in the year there, but still, there wasn't a game where you felt like the defense wasn't giving us a chance to win. And you know, I think offensively, you know, it was a year where you can't use it as an excuse because everybody gets banged up, but it was a tough injury year for us. I mean, you know, the kid penciled in at quarterback doesn't make it through camp. One of our best tailbacks plays in one game. Our best wide receiver misses the last 6 games. We started 9 different offensive line combinations in 10 games. Played a freshman quarterback who played well at times and did some very nice things. And you know, I think he's 30 to 40 yards away from the all-time career single-season passing record. So he did some nice things, but he still was a freshman, and not anything to his fault. But we just never quite found ourselves offensively, and especially in the scoring zone. So the exciting thing is we can get a lot better very quickly on both sides of the football, and I think, you know, one of the other things that's really exciting is in talks with you and talks to other people, the names that came up a lot were really young guys, and I mentioned already before, but some of those, as a whole, it's exciting, and then some individuals that are difference makers are young guys that are going to be around for a long time. So the future's bright, recruiting's good, guys are already talking about next season and already working hard in the weight room, and so this thing's going to happen. So everybody hang in there. We're working like crazy, and couldn't be more excited about the future.
Matt, appreciate your time every week this week, and already looking forward to next year.
Thank you.